I'm the assistant professor at the University of California, San Francisco. My background up in the behavior science, and I'm doing research to help young people quit using tobacco and cannabis. We developed the smartphone intervention, such as smartphone apps, to help young people quit vaping, e-cigarette right now. And our team doing a lot of work about that. You can check our work on the website heartylab.com to learn more about our current projects.
And then how did you get your start in research? Like what made you interested?
I only love research naturally. I'm curious about things. I want to answer the question. That's, I think, the curiosity is like motivated me to like doing the research. That's why I started my PhD degree at the University of Texas at Houston, and I learned about public health. But public health, they have a lot of different topics. And during my studying, I explored the different things. And one of the things struck me, that's tobacco. Like people know that it's harmful. Why people fight hard to quit? And it's again the curious about why it's not the good to use, not good for your health, why it's hard to quit. And it's motivated me to do more and more. And that's how I'm start doing the tobacco related research.
What has been your biggest challenge in research so far? When students come across challenges, because I know that research is a lot of failure, how do you suggest they deal with that?
As a researcher, we're dealing with the many challenges. It's hard for me to select which is the most challenging issues I have right now, because different problems have the different kind of challenges. And we do it every day as a researcher. As you know, in the science class you take, you need to do a lot of experimental until you make it successfully. So it's the same for research. We need to test it to see whether it's answer our research question and do it again and again until we have the confirmation about what we want to answer. My advice based on for myself, based on my self experience, is that perseverance. Because you will always dealing with failures until you get to the success. I still remember some of the sentence I read in the book that people who the most successful is the one who have the most failure. So keep doing what you love to do.
Could you just kind of explain a little bit more about some of your research?
The research paper will start with the introduction that introduce the problem you want to solve, the research question you would like to answer to be answered. And then we went to that, introduce that one, and then we go to the method that exactly describe how we answer our research question. What type of experiment we use to generate the data to answer the research question. And then the next section will be the result section that we report what we collected, what the finding we have from our experiment. And the discussion, like we discuss our finding in the context of the current evidence base. What we found is consistent or inconsistent with what we already know from the previous study, from previous research. The conclusion, so based on whole thing, the whole process, what's the next step? What's the next generate the next new research question based on what we have right now. So basically, it's kind of compared with the science class or the math class, when you solve the one problem, you will find another new problem and you build up the evidence like you build a house. Each of the brick is one research study and you build up until you have your house complete.
That's a really good analogy. What do you enjoy most about research? But what do you like most about it?
When I was at the early stage of my research career, what made me happy when I see my research published. So that's the people read about it. But as I'm moving forward to my career, what made me happy and keep me doing whatever I'm doing right now is that I see my research make the real impact in the society, in the pupil life. For example, I'm doing the research to help young people quit vaping. And every time a participant told me that, wow, I attended your research and I stopped quitting vaping and I stopped vaping and I feel healthier. That's make me happy. That's it. Oh, my work have the real impact on others. That's, very rewarding and touch.
You must be very proud of that. That's incredible. Were there any pivotal moments in your career where you went from one research topic to a different topic, or there are changes in your career?
The topic here have a lot of different meaning and based on the different context. For example, I'm start with smoking cigarette, and then I figure out that nowadays young people want to use vape, to use e-cigarette. they not really use cigarettes. So I lean toward the e-cigarette. And then I figure out that, oh, not only tobacco and also cannabis. Young people start using a lot of cannabis. So it's not totally change the topic. It's just linking the topic together like the chain. When you have one chain, you figure out another sibling, another relative of that one, and you keep leaning toward to that kind of a path. So I would say that I'm lucky to develop my research program like the big tree, which have a lot of branches.
Where do you see your field going, like the next 5 years? And for students trying to go into research, what can they begin to focus on?
I would say that for young people, e-cigarette use, how to stop that and prevent that in the next 5 years would be the timely issue to put the effort in. So for high school and college students, I encourage you learn about some research about what kind of harm, effect, or impact of e-cigarette on high schooler. And then use that evidence to do some advocacy work for the policy to protect young people from vaping e-cigarette. So that's something I see like is doable and would be very impactful for high schoolers to do it in the next 5 years.
What type of skills can a high schooler develop, even if they're not in a wet lab? What kind of skills can make them a better applicant to somewhere else in the future?
It's hard to say skill set, but you can develop the curiosity, hardworking, of course, right? Research curious. We need to work hard. Collaboration. You work as a team as you organize this kind of program, right? You need a lot of different talent, many people to build up the team science to solve the challenging problem. So I think like self-driven, hardworking, curiosity, and develop the team science would be make yourself become attractive to the future research.
But out of all those traits, which one is the most important to you? Like, I'm sure you get a lot of emails from students asking to be in your lab. How do you pick someone out of that group?
That's a great question. Actually, I'm mentoring a high school student right now. And the reason why I get her in my lab because she's so enthusiasm. She's self-driven, willing to do the new thing, willing to learn to like make her grow every day. So I when I feel that, I say, yes, that's a person I would like to support to grow in the future. She make me feel that she will be the great researcher in the future.
Did you see those traits like right away in her, or did you get to know her for a little bit of time? Like, how do you express those traits to someone?
It depends on personality, right?
Yeah.
For some students, it maybe take a while to really understand their traits. For the other, it's easy to get it via their communication, email or in person or the real-time interaction. So it really depends. It's not the one size fits all for everyone.
Yeah. What other advice would you give to a high schooler that you think will help them in their future careers?
I would say you are young, you're very young. You have a lot of time to try and to fail. Don't afraid of doing the new thing. Don't afraid of trying the new thing. Try different things until you find what your passions to follow.
Thank you so much for your time, and I really enjoyed talking to you.
Yeah, thank you for getting me in this presentation.